What's up, everybody? Real Sports Updates here, back again with another video, another installment of our 2021 preseason preview. Today, we will be going over the Green Bay Packers. Last season, the Packers finished the season 13-3. They ended up losing in the NFC Championship game to the Tampa Bay Bucks. So all in all, it was a good season last year. They're going to return a lot of the players they had on the team last season. This whole saga, I did a video earlier in the month, or I'm sorry, last month, about the whole Aaron Rodgers saga. All of that is over for now. He reported to training camp on time, and by all accounts, he's all in on everything. He's all in the season. He looks ready to go. He's in pretty good shape, and his spirits are high right now. So that seems to be over for now. We'll probably have to revisit it next year if especially if they don't win the Super Bowl. We'll probably have to go back to that. But for now, it seems over. The other situation that was going on with the Packers was the contract of Devontae Adams. I know he was having some trouble, negotiating a fair price, and I think the uncertainty of Aaron Rodgers is his little mini holdout during the offseason that complicated things. So that seems to be over for now as well. I do think that they will. I think that they'll get that resolved probably sometime during the season, but we'll have to see about that. So the big departure that I think is going to affect the Packers this year was the departure of the center Corey Linsley. He ended up signing with the Los Angeles Chargers. He was widely regarded as the best center in football. The Packers have that history with the centers. They always have one of the top centers in football. That's just like really what they're known for. As far as like offensive line and stuff goes. David Bakhtiari he's a good tackle as well too, but that center position has really like been their hallmark of their offensive line. They've been fantastic at center ever since I can remember. Aaron Rodgers taking over Brett Favre, but I think that's going to be that might be a little story. Depends on this new center. I forgot his name. I believe he's a rookie, but we'll see if Aaron Rodgers likes him. And it might take a little, 3 or 4 games to develop that rhythm and chemistry that he had with Corey Linsley, but that could be like one of those little storylines that a lot of people don't talk about, but it is something to mention. So, also the Packers ended up trading for Randall Cobb back. Randall Cobb is a guy that he had a lot of success in Green Bay. He was there. He was one of Aaron Rodgers' favorite targets, and he's been gone for a few seasons. I think he left and signed with the Cowboys, and I think he was with the Texans. So he's been gone for a few years, but I know Aaron Rodgers is he's really glad to have him back. I know he's glad to be back, and he's a familiar face. So I think that'll definitely help as well. So I think all in all, it's pretty much going to be the same team, and I think they'll pretty much have the same success that they've had the past 2 seasons. Matt LaFleur has been really good. There's a lot of question about whether him and Aaron Rodgers can get along when he first got hired, but he's really done a fantastic job with his team. Back-to-back NFC Championship games. Obviously they didn't get the job done, but they were definitely good enough to. They just had bad games. Both the last 2 NFC Championship games, but they're definitely good enough. They're a Super Bowl contending team. So I think they'll have the same success. They were 13-3 last year. I think this season they finished 12-5. But I see them getting back to the NFC Championship game. Just because of the way that their division is built. Obviously Detroit, I don't expect them to compete. Minnesota is just kind of, average. and Chicago has some uncertainty at quarterback. Andy Dalton is supposed to be slated to be the starter, but Justin Fields looks like he's coming along. But we don't know. So that division, I think, is going to go to Green Bay, and they'll end up clinching a playoff spot. And they'll probably end up with home field or maybe in the third the third seed. Where they play a home playoff game and they'll if they win they will more than likely go on the road, or if there's an upset, they'll have a home playoff game. But I do see them getting back to the NFC Championship game. I think this season is really crucial, and the whole Aaron Rodgers saga I think it really played a big role in the urgency that this team is going to have. By all accounts, we think Aaron Rodgers is going to be gone next year. So these guys know, this is probably going to be their best shot at a Super Bowl. So I think the urgency is going to be there for the Packers all season long. Just because of the uncertainty of what Aaron Rodgers' future is after the season. Seen a report today where he said that he was 50-50 on retirement the weekend before training camp started. So, if a guy is not, if he's not decided on whether he wants to play, and that was just a month ago, there's no telling what's going to happen next season. So these guys know that this is probably going to be their last shot. So I think the urgency is going to be there. They're obviously a good team. One of the best wide receivers in the game. And this is going to be their third year under Matt LaFleur. So the familiarity is going to be there. I expect these guys to get off and run into a really good start. They're going to score a lot of points, and their defense doesn't have to be great. They don't have to be great. They just have to be able to get off the field on third down and bring pressure. They have two of the best pass rushers in the game, and the Smith brothers. Obviously not brothers, but Preston Smith and Zadarius Smith. They can bring pressure. All they have to do is just stop the run better. If they can plug that up, if they can get that together, if who's a nose tackle? Kenny Clark, if he can play well, if they can just stop the run and just be able to get off the field on third down, they'll be fine. And they'll be plenty good to get to a Super Bowl. So, I expect them to be really good. I think another underrated aspect of this is the fans being back at Lambeau Field. The Lambeau Field is obviously one of the most famous stadiums in the world. And I think the fans not being there last season, it kind of did affect the way that they played at certain points. I think especially during the NFC Championship game, they had fans there, but it wasn't a packed house. But they did have some fans there, but it didn't quite have the same amount of electricity as it normally does. Normally the fans are there. It's a packed house. Guys are doing Lambeau leaps and stuff. So the fans being back is another thing that I think is going to give them a little extra boost as well. Green Bay, this is their last. If this is Aaron Rodgers' last season, this is their last shot. Their front office has not done the team any favors. We seen Jordan Love play in the preseason, and he looked like he was pretty good. He looked like he was ready to play. It was his first snaps. He got drafted last year, but there was no preseason because of the pandemic. But he did look like an NFL quarterback. So that'll be interesting to see going forward. The front office has to be better. I really don't know. I don't know what they do. I don't know what they're up to. They seem like they run business to spite Aaron Rodgers instead of actually making their team better. They seem like they just do things because Aaron doesn't want them to do it, as opposed to, hey, let's go out here and let's try to put the best team together as we can. They got to be better. But yeah, I see the Packers finishing 12-5. I see them back in the NFC Championship game. Against who? I haven't determined that yet, but I do see them back there. and I do see them having a really good season. So, yeah, that's my breakdown there on the Packers. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave any comments. I want to hear from you guys. If you agree, if you disagree, or if you think that I missed something that should have been said, let me know in the comment section. And I want to hear from everybody. So thank you guys for listening. Have a great day.